What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction from the DC Fandom event. More content, and here we got maybe one of the most highly anticipated DC movies coming up, The Batman. So let's check out this trailer.
From your secret friend. Who? Having a clue. Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
This guy's crazy.
You're part of this too. How am I part of it? You'll see.
Oh my god, yo. Out of all the trailers from DC Fandom, that was the best one. That was freaking awesome, man. That was lit. That was lit. The Batman with Robert Pattinson is I believe it's supposed to be the early years of Batman. Think Batman Begins, but don't think Batman Begins. But like the very early years of Batman's, Batman's career. He's not. He doesn't work. Batman's legacy. The early of Batman, and looks like he's trying to get into the thing. As you can see, the Batmobile is kind of a looks like a prototype, but we'll get to the Batmobile in a few. But I love, first of all, Batman always has a dark tone. This movie looks like a dark tone. Very dark, a lot of black, a lot of gray, a lot of blue. And this Batman costume, it reminds me of the Arkham Knight costume, like the Arkham series costume. You could possibly see some Christian Bale in there, but not really. It does look like its own thing. I think the ears are a little bit bigger, and I like it. It's a different. It's different than the other Batman costume, especially since the latest Batman is Ben Affleck as the short and he's more muscular. This one is more lean kind of Batman, kind of like the Bale one, but a little beefier than Bale. And it's cool because from this trailer, there's gonna be a lot of confrontation with the police, and that's something we've seen with early, Batman. He has confrontation with the police. Police don't know what he's really doing. Like, is he really for us? Is he the bad guy? Is he the good guy? He's a vigilante. He's a criminal, So it looks like there's gonna be a lot of confrontation with the police. But the big bad of this the Batman movie is the Riddler. The Riddler. The Riddler is I think one of the coolest and most interesting Batman villains. And we have, on the big screen, we've gotten Jim Carrey's The Riddler, and that was a very cartoony kind of take on the Riddler, very, very laughy and he and, you know, riddle me this, Batman, that kind of stuff. And it was an interesting take. It was a cool take. It fit with, I guess, the kind of vibe. Maybe not really, but Jim Carrey as a Riddler wasn't bad. It was I liked that Riddler, but we really haven't had like the defining Riddler. I mean, the Arkham series' Riddler is cool. I like that Riddler. He has like those quests and everything, and he has those puzzles and everything. But this, and we also had Gotham's Riddler, who was also an amazing Riddler, great Riddler, but he didn't fight the Batman. You know, he didn't have the riddle me this Batman, make him get into puzzles and really, really testing him. So in this one, it looks cool. It looks dark. He looks like something that can happen today, like a terrorist, like a Zodiac kind of killer kind of thing. And he's targeting Batman, and he's putting those envelope on the guy, and the actual envelope, and I think he was the guy with the goggles, right? So he doesn't have like the traditional green costume, but it's a more of a realistic take on the Riddler. Maybe he changed it to a green kind of thing, but it's interesting because Riddler, he relies on riddles and puzzles, and he's really testing Batman because he wants to one up Batman. He wants to be the smartest man in Gotham and be someone who, to outsmart Batman, who's the detective, the best detective in the world, and he wants to show him up and show him that he's not smarter than the Riddler. So it's gonna be super cool to see how the Riddler plays out in this movie. And it's also cool because maybe he'll present like a puzzle to Batman, and it's a good way to keep the audience engaged, because maybe the audience wants to try and solve, like, as if Batman was solving it at the same time. And that's an interesting trope, and I like that in movies when you're trying to solve something as the movie is going on. It gets people into it, and they want to get to that conclusion and see what the answer to the puzzle is, you know, instead of just watching and sitting back. It gets them into the movie and like involved in the movie. So we'll see how the Riddler plays out, what his puzzles are, and this and that, and what his tactics are. But other things like the Batmobile, that I like the Batmobile because it's very, very throwback, and it's not like this huge tank that the Batmobile has always been known and has been in recent years, like a humongous tank, and you could just blow everything up and go through walls and everything. It looks like he just modified, you know, like a car or something like that, and that's his Batmobile for his early years. So it's cool. It's different. That's what I like. That's what I like about new incarnations about movies. Some people may not like it, but some changes are interesting. Not like totally like thrown off, like askew, like, you know, that's completely different. Where he's like Wombat Man, like he's like a wombat. That's kind of weird. I don't know how you can make a costume like a wombat, but it's little subtle changes like that, and it's very welcome to me, and it's very interesting, and I want to see, because what's the point of going to see like the same movie every time, you know, Batman and he solves the crime and this and that. You want to see different takes. You want to see how different directors they play on him, and how different actors are able to portray him, and see a new take on the Batman, because Batman is a character, and for different generations, you know the central Batman, but it's cool to see you're able to grow up with different movie adaptations. I grew up with the Nolan trilogy, and I like Christian Bale. That's maybe my favorite out of the movie ones. But then you also got Ben Affleck, and you got Michael Keaton, and you got Adam West, and now we're gonna have Robert Pattinson, and we're gonna see how that plays out, and it's fun. You know, you could compare them, but I'm really excited for the Batman. That trailer was absolutely sick. It was I loved it. That is the one out of all the DC fandom trailers. This is the last one I'm doing at the time of recording. I love that one the most. I'm super excited for this Batman movie. I like the dark tone. Batman has the best villains, and I'm glad the Riddler is going to be the main villain in this. We also see Selena Kyle, Catwoman, in this. We're gonna see how she plays out. You see she was doing like a little robbery there. Maybe Batman, that's like one of his first kind of tests, or maybe whatever. Trying to take not the Riddler's test, but his like test as a vigilante. taking her out or whatever. One thing I was a little skeptical of seeing Catwoman because I don't want too many villains, I don't want too many villains here and there and sorry, I think it cut out, but what I was saying, I didn't want too many villains, I just want to see a nice, good Batman story, a villain, the struggle, him becoming Batman, how he's gonna deal with it. That fight scene, that was sick, he was just releasing that anger out on them. I don't want to see his parents killed. No, no. We know his parents get killed. We know the pearls, I love the pearls and everything. Crime Alley. We don't need to see it again. We saw it in the Joker. We didn't even need to see it there. We don't need to see a lot of that. We know Batman. We know his origin story. Get into it. Let's see what's gonna go on in this. But yeah, I'll talk about more when more of this comes out. I am really super excited for this Batman movie. It looks super cool. Super cool. Super awesome. Let me know what you guys think about this Batman. Let me know down below. Let me know who's your favorite Batman. I want to know that. And maybe also your favorite villain. Let me know about that. Mine's is Two-Face. And the Joker. Combined, I guess. Two Joker, whatever. So, this is going to be, I think, unless there's more trailers coming out, I don't know. But you could check out my other reactions to the DC Fandom content that was released today, a bunch of stuff. And yeah, so I will catch you in the next video. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. All right, adios, bye bye, deuces, yeah.